What up, y'all? This is Cliff. Hey, man, let me tell y'all this little something happened one time. This back when I was I was about, I don't know, 19. I was about 21, 22. I was in my early 20s. And there's a little place down in Clouds Cove, Alabama called, and you pull off down a gravel road, it goes down to the river there, where the Flint River comes out to the mouth of the Tennessee. They call it Turkey Springs. Well, we used to meet up down there and smoke doobies and drink beer. You could take a girl down there if you wanted to, And it had a boat launch and it had a little fire pit. And more people partied down there than they did fishing and all that shit. And well, my cousin just lived down the road, and then my other two best friends were had the same last name as my cousin. They were cousins, and their family owned a bunch of that land down there. My grandmother grew up down there actually at Sugar Fork down there, and so anyway, we decided to have a party down there one night, and old buddy of mine got a camper. Oh, it was just an old junker old camper, like a 70 something model, but just when you're 20 years old, it don't make a shit. So we take this old camper down there, and I used to throw parties, y'all. I throw a party in a minute. I'm talking about for real. Even on up into my late 20s, people would gather up at my house. I didn't care. We'd have a party. Or I could pull up in New Hope to several places where people were and be like, "Hey, we having a party down here at the Turkey Springs. Y'all come on down there." Boy, they headed down there. But anyway, we got a camper down there one night. Have a big old party. Bought a keg of beer. We was wasted, man. Had a fire pit. We was putting tires on it. It had damn flames way up in the sky. And we partied down, man. Well, the next morning, everybody done gone, and there was just a few of us there. And then I think a couple people pulled up, like I think Drew and Bo and them maybe pulled up. But anyway, there was about 5 or 6 of us down there, and we was all hung over and shit. And we was like, anybody got any weed? And my cousin was like, yeah, I got some. And he only had about 3 joints and little, less than a half a quarter, about a half quarter. So I don't know. So we rolled one up, and we stand there smoking it, and we in a little line, kind of, where we're passing it. And all of a sudden, there's a road coming down in there, and it takes a second to get down in there. You can see who's coming in before they can see you. And somebody says, "There's Madison County," and the rest of us like, the fucking law?" And they was like, "Yeah," and we was like, "Oh God!" So we throw the joint down, and the cop by then he's up on us. So we like, all right, shit. Dude gets out of the car. First thing he says is, "Hey, all right, where's the marijuana, guys? I smell it." And of course, the always the answer, we ain't got none. And he says, "All right." And I was on the end. He said, "All right, I'm gonna start searching y'all." He said, "If I find it, you're going to jail." He said, "If you fess up right now, I ain't gonna take you to jail." And the county cops were different than the New Hope cops. Like, they were a little more lenient, whatever. But he said, "All right." He said, "If I find it, though, I'm gonna take your ass to jail, or you can just give it up right now, and I won't." So he pats me down, nothing. He pats, I think, Bo down, nothing. And then he gets down to my cousin, and my cousin just pulls out the little old sack and hands it to him. And we're all tripping, thinking, "Oh shit, we're going to jail now." Man, the damn county cop opens it up and he says, "This all y'all got?" Dumps it out on the ground. Says, "All right, y'all be able to clear it out of here in a couple hours." And we was like, "We finna clear out now." Well, when he left, we looked down on the ground, and everything he dumped out was just laying down on top of the ground. So we picked all that shit back up and put it in the, but yeah, he pulled up on us fast, man. And then one time we was down there, and they come in like that, and we could see them, and me and Drew run up in the woods, and I remember, man, it was in the middle of like August, man, and the river's right there, and we was up in the woods, man, and our other friends were down there having to deal with the cop trying to talk, talked to him out of taking them to jail or whatever. Me and Drew's up in the woods, and I got on a white T-shirt. He's got on a red one. And man, the mosquitoes are tagging our ass so bad. I'm talking about like you can't even understand how bad these mosquitoes were getting us. And Drew's got his shirt pulled up on his head to like right here to keep the mosquitoes from getting him. And we can see the cops the whole time down there. And if the cop would have just looked up in the woods, he would have seen us. I mean, we stuck out like a sore thumb. And so anyway, we're squatted down, and I remember looking over at my buddy Drew one time, and I said, "Hey man," I said, "You got like 1,000,000 mosquitoes on your head." And he's like, "You do too." And it was funny as shit, man. I'm talking about they was just killing us. So anyway, we holding down our position. We holding the line. We sitting down. Well, they ended up talking their way out of the shit. The cop gets ready to leave, and we didn't even realize it, but we'd run up in the woods, and the way the road up out there goes on an angle, man. And we didn't realize we just run. And when we'd run right up there, but we didn't even know it. We hunkered down right by the road. Well, when the cop goes to leave, he's on the radio, I guess, like letting them know what he just, I'm leaving the scene, or, whatever the fuck they do. And man, listen, he comes up through there. Me and Drew didn't even realize it. We didn't run right up there by the side of the damn road. We're squatting down. We can't move, like we got to hold. And the cop comes right by, y'all, and I swear to God, I could have hocked a loogie and spit it in his window. And thank God he was talking and looking forward at his little, like, computer thing or whatever. And that summit just drove right by us, and we was right there. I mean, he just went right on through. And man, you talking about, we was like, God dang. And them mosquitoes, man, they had tore our ass up. We'd been better off just staying down there and telling the cop, pouring our beer out and shit, and leaving, because he let them go. But yeah, man, we used to have some wild times. I remember being down there one time. We was like 2:00 in the morning, and we was scared to drive because we had tripping on some acid. We were scared to drive, so we went down there and parked at Turkey Springs. We was just gonna sit there to daylight and then go to my house, I be a son bitch. Guess who's gonna pull up about 3:00 in the morning? County Law. Here we are, tripping balls, trying to talk to him. He's like, "What y'all doing?" Nothing. Just sitting around. He's like, "So y'all just sitting down here?" I think he thought we was gay or something. I'm serious. He was like, "So y'all just you two guys, y'all just sitting down here hanging out at 3:00 in the morning?" We was like, "Yeah, yes sir." He was like, "All right, y'all have a good night, boys." And he left, man. We was like, oh my God. And it was the year of those cicadas or whatever. And man, these damn bugs was dropping on the ground, and we was tripping. And I'm talking about, that was the word. It was woo, woo, woo. I think I tripped one more time after that. I was about 21 when all this was happening. This was in about 2001, way back, man. I used to be wild back then, but you get older, you know how it is. You calm down and stuff. So, but anyway, that's just a little bit of that old stuff I used to get into, man. I'm glad I don't live like that no more, man. I do daddy stuff, I went to took my little girl to homecoming game the other night and stuff. Anyway, y'all be good, folks.